back to my channel. It has been a while, but I am back. I wanted to come back to share, you know, some of my favorite fall fragrances, and a lot of them that I think are really underrated. But I am the type to only kind of like put things out when I feel like I have or want to share something that is going to be of value to people and something that I want to share, as opposed to just putting up content for the sake of it, and to grow a brand and to you know, to get followers and things like that. Yes, I understand that it's very, very important, but that's just my personal preference. I'll probably get there one day, but as of now, I would just prefer to come on and share when I feel like some of these selections or whatever it is I have to say about fragrances will be of value. So stay tuned. Hey, welcome back. Today, guys, I'm just going to be a little bit brief. I just want to talk a little bit about some of my favorite fall fragrances. It is finally cool and cold in New York City, and I'm so excited to wear the fragrances I want to wear. As a person who likes deeper fragrances, oriental florals, and like, you know, more of the more intense fragrances, fall is, I just love wearing fragrances in the fall because I can wear them. Because obviously otherwise they would just be too much in the summer and the spring. And you know, with climate change going on, and it's just like, you know, the warm weather has just been kind of like lagging on. Not to complain, warm weather is really nice, but I think a lot of people can disagree that we're ready for the fall. So just to get started, I'm gonna try to be on the brief side today. But I'm just gonna talk about some of the full bottles that I have and some decants that I have that I think would be really, really good in the fall, and some of the fragrances I feel are a little bit underrated and they're not talked about enough within the fragrance community. So first I'll start with the MFK decants that I have, which is from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. A very well-known house, especially in Frag. But this is like top tier fragrances. MFK is just stellar fragrances, high quality fragrances. Think of refinement, think of class, think of timeless fragrances, think of course, obviously, high quality fragrances. These are the types of fragrances that you buy when it's like your signature scent, or you just can't live without it. It's a classic, it's a staple, or you want something to wear only on special occasions, or you want something really special, and that's when you go to MFK. He just sets the standard for good perfumery, among many other houses like Amouage and Guerlain and all that. MFK is wonderful. So the first scent I'm going to talk about is from a sample that I have, and I got this from Oswald, and this is from the Oud collection, and this one is called Oud Silk Mood. This is Silk Mood, right? This is Satin Mood. So sorry. See, I always get them like mixed up because I get mixed up with Silk Mood, which is the other one that I like. So I have, yeah, Satin and Silk. I don't know why I get them mixed up, but so this one is Oud Satin Mood. So Oud Satin Mood is an oud and rose combination fragrance. It's very, very deep, and it's incredibly sexy. So when you want, I think this is great for like a date night, or just you know, I'm not big on wearing fragrances for certain occasions. However, yes, like not every fragrance is for every occasion. But you wear this when you really just want to smell sexy. You wear this when you want to smell intriguing. You wear this when you want to smell lovely and intoxicating, and you just, or if you just want to smell yourself, like that probably sounds a little weird. I didn't mean it like that, but you know, just like, it's just a wonderful fragrance for men and women. The reason why I like Satin Mood is because it's a little bit on the sweeter side, and I guess because I'm already talking about Satin Mood, I'll talk about Silk Mood as well. So I love Silk Mood. If I were to choose, I would probably choose Silk Mood because of my preference, because of the oud in this. Not to say that the oud in Satin Mood is worse or heavier or anything like that. It's just sweeter. I personally I'm not crazy about sweet fragrances. So, which is why I gravitated a little bit more towards Silk Mood. So Silk Mood has Bulgarian rose in it and papyrus. And papyrus is a note that is just so wonderful to me, in my opinion. I mean, Santal 33 from Labo has a papyrus note in it, and I adore it. I adore the note of papyrus in a fragrance. So that's why I would probably get the full bottle of Silk Mood before I get Satin Mood. But Satin Mood is like a more sweet, it's more welcoming. And I think, honestly, I think Satin Mood is probably a little bit more wearable than Silk Mood. But that's my opinion. I am fairly new to fragrances. I'm fairly new to Frag Calm and all these things. So it could just be my ignorance. However, it's about your preference. But these are just stellar fragrances, and the longevity is exceptional. All day. You don't need to go heavy like 2 sprays or 3, depending on where you kind of, where you normally spray your perfume and things like that. But just be mindful that when you put this on, you are wearing an incredible fragrance. You're wearing a high quality fragrance, so don't go heavy on the sprays. But this, yes, you can get this wherever MFK is sold, and this will be really, really great in the fall. Like the oud in these are just amazing. Like it's just like you get it. Yes. So that was Oud Satin Mood, and this is Oud Silk Mood. This is a decant that I got from the MFK counter at Bloomingdale's. I think they just opened that one at Bloomingdale's, but I got my mother Baccarat Rouge because she adores that scent, and they also gave me a decant of it. So I was really, really happy that I could keep one for myself. And this is the third one from MFK that I think would be wonderful for the fall. So Baccarat Rouge is inspired by, it's so good, Baccarat Crystal. And for those of you who are familiar with Baccarat Crystal, there is one particular crystal that gets heated up to 540 degrees, in which it turns red at that point, and that's Baccarat Rouge 540. And this scent is based after that. And I'm not gonna go through the notes because this is talked about a lot. But it's just like, just think, as a person who doesn't like sweet fragrances, this is so good. It's so good for people who aren't crazy about sweet fragrances. I'll put it that way. It has just enough balance. I don't even want to spray because I don't want to waste it. But it has such good balance and spice in it. Just think of like, when I think of this, I just think of like gold and cinnamon. It's just so good, guys. I'm not gonna go in depth about this, but this is like an amazing fragrance. This is something you get just like any fragrance from MFK is special, but this is classic. There is nothing out there that smells like this. I can't. There's nothing simple about it, but it's wearable. There's nothing mediocre about it, but you can wear it. It's very versatile. That's another wonderful thing about MFK and this fragrance and most of the fragrances. It's versatile. You can wear it to work. Maybe not. If you do wear it to work, I would say maybe do the body oil just to go lighter with it, because you will have a cloud around you, and you don't necessarily want to be that person at work, all the time. Maybe, but it depends on your workspace, So, but this is just a wonderful fragrance. It's spicy. It's inviting. Oh. And I'm telling you guys, like, I'm not crazy about sweet fragrances, and this just takes the cake. It's just wonderful, wonderfully delicious. So the third one I'm going to talk about is Oud Ispahan by Dior. So this is an oud rose fragrance from their Privé collection, and this is also pretty well known. but it's just so like, there's just nothing else like this either. For an oud rose combination, this fragrance is not like many that you normally smell. Oud and rose combinations and fragrances are just all over the place. So, but Oud Ispahan is a really, really good fragrance to wear when you want to put a beast mode fragrance on. This is beast mode fragrance. This is beast mode. It's so good. To me personally, there's kind of a freshness to it, but that's because of the rose, and it's so well balanced in that fragrance. Once I smelled it, I was hooked. I will likely get this bottle. And you know what the funny thing is? A lot of men prefer this than women. I've seen a lot of people love it. Don't get me wrong, it's really, really well loved, but a lot of people just aren't quite brave enough to buy a whole bottle of this, because you literally like need 2 sprays and that is it. And the size of the bottles that Dior gives, this is a sample. This is the 7.5 ml sample. The bottle sizes that Dior gives for these, they're pretty big. I think it's, what is it, like 60 ml, 60 or 120 ml or something like that. Which is you get a really good amount of perfume for it, but the perfume is just it's so high quality, you'll have it forever. And sometimes that's a good thing, but it's also not really good, because it'll kind of go to waste because you'll have so much of it and you don't need a lot of it. So it's not something that you'll be just using. Maybe like a Bois d'Argent from the Privé collection. That's like a very beautiful iris fragrance that you would just wear every day. And I can see people like going through that a little bit quicker, but not Oud Ispahan. Oud Ispahan is something you don't really go through much. So just keep that in mind. But this is a wonderful fragrance. I strongly suggest like getting samples of this, getting a decant, and considering this for your fall collection of fragrances, or if you're looking for a good fall fragrance, you cannot go wrong with this and getting this. It just depends on your preference and how much of it you think you'll use and how much, you know, it's just one of those things. You do get a ton of juice in the full-size bottles with Oud Ispahan. Well, the whole line, but with Oud Ispahan, because of the potency of it, it might be a lot. But it depends. But that's just me too. And that's my opinion. So this is another fragrance from the house of Linnic, and it's called Noir. You can see it there. And I was really excited to finally sample this fragrance and this house. One of the reasons being it is owned by a woman of color, and I'm always excited to support women of color and Black-owned businesses because it's just something that really hits home, really speaks to me, and I always love supporting. So Tiff Benson, is another fragrance reviewer who I love, and she did a review on the House of Linnic, so you can definitely check that out if you want to, if you want a full review on this house. And I agree with a lot of her opinions on the line. My favorite is Noir. So Noir is a juniper berry based scent, and it has balsamic notes in it as well. This smells so good. Like, it smells so... Just think of, this might sound odd, but it's also perfect for the holiday. It smells like a holiday scent, if you know what I mean. But not in a cheesy pine way, or, like apple cinnamon spice sort of a fragrance. Like, no. It just smells warm and inviting. This is definitely something you would wear throughout the fall, during the holidays. And it smells like pie to me. I don't know, it just, when I had it on my wrist, it smells like pie. It smells like pie. It reminds me of pie, and with a little bit of balsamic in there, like kind of slicing through it. It's just a really good balance of sweetness and effervescentness. And it's I know it's probably like a bad interpretation of it, but trust me, like this is a great fragrance. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like get the full bottle of this. It's really, really good. And it's like, it's not too dark, it's not too light, it's not too sweet, and it's not too you know, aquatic or light or citrusy or anything like that. It's really, really good. And I love like pine notes and balsamic notes and, you know, those sorts of like earthy notes, but with like some sort of something that's very like aromatic. Yeah, I don't know. I would probably say this is aromatic pie. You smell the pine. It's just good. It's a really good fragrance. But I would label this as a holiday fragrance. I would put that in that realm, but that's also because I'm thinking of the fall and the holidays are coming up. This is a great scent for that. And so now to my full bottles, I'll go through this fairly quickly, at least I'll try. This one is Epic Woman. So Epic Woman, I've been decanting and sampling forever, and I am just ecstatic that I finally got the bottle. This is the 50 ml, and what do I say? This is the epitome of an oriental fragrance for women. Rose, iris, frankincense, incense. This is just something a queen would wear. This is something a royal woman would wear. This is something you wear. This is a birthday scent. This is, I just graduated college. This is a graduated college kind of a scent. I just finished my PhD kind of scent. Like this is a scent you wear when you are celebrating yourself. Men love this one too. Men love the women's fragrance, the women's version of Epic Woman. And women tend to love Epic Man. So I don't know. I've never really smelled Epic Man, so I have to smell it. But I've heard that there is this sort of like backwards like preference between the man, Epic Man, and Epic Woman. But Epic Woman is just, I can't even. This is also what you wear when you want to leave a trail, and when people like turn their heads. This is what you wear. Epic Woman is not for the faint of heart. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's not crazy. It's not, but I don't even want to say that. It's not crazy, but it's not like this intense, weird fragrances. It's not like, you know, risky or, you know, like what's happening right now. It's like, wow, this is just something very, very royal. And I'm not surprised. Coming from the house of Amouage. Amouage is, when I talk about levels of perfumery, Amouage is up there with MFK. Like, you go to these houses when you want like a stellar fragrance, something that's of like pure high quality. So it's deep incense, rose, iris. I love iris, but this is just okay. This is a special fragrance. I get compliments on this a lot. And of course, you will, you don't need a lot of it. Maybe that, but like that's it. Super potent stuff, but it's a beautiful, deep, sexy, classy, feminine fragrance that you can probably share with, if you're a woman, you can probably share this with your boyfriend or your husband or your partner, and vice versa. You can definitely share this, and that's the good thing about it too, because it's expensive, but it's wonderful. It's such a great fragrance. So Epic Woman by Amouage. Now, from two sister brands that I love, the first one is from the house of Montale, and this is called Honey Aoud. I'm not sure what the difference is between Aoud or Oud, but this is Honey Aoud. Aoud. I could be I don't know if I'm even saying it right. But this is highly underrated. When thinking of fragrance reviews on YouTube or elsewhere, this fragrance is everything I need. This is, I'm not sure if I was to choose. I really don't know. I don't know which one. That would be a really hard decision. Honey Oud is, that's it. It's like honey and oud. But it gives off, when you spray this on your skin, the aroma around you, when you, the projection on this fragrance is about like 2 or 3 feet. So I've gotten a lot of compliments with this. This is my top compliment getter. A lot of compliments with this from men and women. And a lot of the compliments that I do receive is like, I've walked up to like receptionist desks and there's like, gosh, you smell so good. So, you know, when you think of like a receptionist desk, you're thinking about like 2, 3 feet, you know, you're over a desk, you're not necessarily right next to a person, right? So I get compliments on this, you know, when thinking of that distance. The aroma from this is sexy, but it's warm. You smell warm. You smell like a blanket. This is the perfect fall fragrance, Honey Oud. This is the 50 ml. The 100 ml is like just pure orange, like this color here. It's just all orange. And this I got from Paris. I got this when I went to Paris. I haven't been able to find the 50 mLs in New York. I think they might have, maybe they have it at Bergdorf or Saks, but I haven't really looked. I haven't asked, because I normally go to Oswald or Adidas, Des Venustas, and they normally carry only the 100 mLs. But this is the 50 ml, and I got this at their boutique in Paris. Great boutique, actually. And they gave me a ton of samples. They were super nice. But this fragrance, y'all, it is so good. Sweet, warm, incensey. And it has like a little bit of floral in it as well. Like you just can't go wrong with this fragrance when you want to smell good and warm and sweet, but not too sweet if you're someone like me. I like honey sweet. I like iris sweet. I don't like vanilla sweet, which is why I was talking about the thing with Silk Mood, where I'm not crazy, Satin Mood, where I'm not crazy about notes of vanilla. But in Satin Mood, it just works. So if I had a preference of like sweeter fragrances, I like honey, amber, incense, that kind of sweet. So the next one and the last one is Amber Roses. Amber and Roses by Montale. I'm sorry, Mancera. So Mancera and Montale, they're sister brands. So sorry, that's why I got it mixed up. But this is from Mancera. So Amber and Roses is wonderful. And the reason why I say this is because, and also I couldn't find this in the US. I don't know. I'm sure it could be sold in the US. I'm not sure. But I also got this from Paris. I had never seen this fragrance. And when I've gone to fragrance stores recently, I haven't seen this scent. So I was really happy about that. So Amber and Roses reminds me, this is like a lighter, I don't want to say lighter, but just like a different version of something like Oud Silk Mood, right? When you think of a deep rose with a warm note to it, that's this. Amber and Roses is just like a beautiful floral, but for the fall, like a fall floral that doesn't smell like a designer fragrance. They nauseate me. This is really, really great. And the notes are, overall, they're very simple. You get a lot of rose in it, but that's just off the top. Once you spray it on your skin, I actually should spray some on now. I sprayed this on earlier, but it's just like this great I'm looking at the, oh God, I'm almost halfway done. It's just a great fall floral. It's not girly. It's not like pretty, but it's like feminine and strong and sexy and pretty. So yeah, Amber Roses. Amber and Roses. I don't know why. Maybe I'm thinking of Amber Rose. I guess, but Amber and Roses. Really, really good fall floral scent. The amber just ties it all together. It warms it up. And for those of you who love rose fragrances, you have to have this in your collection, because I don't really think there's anything else like that. I've never really smelled anything like this either. And trust me when I tell you guys, anytime I get a bottle of something, it's good. Like I still haven't gotten full bottles of MFK, like, and you know what I'm saying? So yeah, these are all really, really good fragrances that you should try. I'll be wearing these throughout the fall. Comment below and let me know what your favorite fragrances are. What fragrances do you want to smell, and what fragrances you're looking forward to. Also, I'm going to do a review on Intense Cafe from Montale. I haven't really worn it yet, so once I do, I'll come back on and talk about that and my experience with it. I'm sure it'll be good. But that's another fall fragrance that I look forward to wearing. It's called, again, Intense Cafe by Montale. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I realized that, oh gosh, 24 minutes. Okay, so sorry. I was hoping to not go too long. But I hope you enjoyed all this, and I hope it was really, really helpful, and I hope to have impacted your fragrance journey in a positive way. And I will see you guys until next time. Take care. Bye.